Hello, I'm going to demonstrate the Supply Chain Security Tools store. Uh, in order to test it, we're going to use a CLI called Insight. Here's some of the commands that it's capable of. You can query for images, packages, source code, and vulnerabilities. The first thing we're going to do is load some data into the store. We can do that with the SBOM that we generated from the earlier demo. Here it's Insight, Image, Create, and I'm going to pass it a XML CycloneDX type, which is XML, and the path to the SBOM. What it's going to do is look into the SBOM file, list out all its components, all its dependencies, its relationships, and its vulnerabilities, and then store all that relationship and info into the database. You can see here that it lists out some of the vulnerabilities that certain libraries have in the image. You'll see them. Some of the CV IDs are repeating right now because we listed out each time for every rating that the ID has. That might change in the future. Having this SBOM is useful because it's a good starting place for looking for CVEs when a new one is announced, to see how your different images are exposed, and to understand what's all inside of your software. For example, if you hear about a new CVE and you want to see which of your images is exposed, you can type it in. Here we're looking for a CVE with this ID. As you can see, one of our packages does have the CVE, and here's some information about it. It's called APK Tools. It's at this version. If we want to look for all images with this CVE, we can do that too. Here you can see that multiple images have this vulnerability. Having this querying capability also allows us to continue our investigation in a more freeform way. For example, if we heard that a new CV in a package called BusyBox, we could look for images that contain any version of this package. So here you can see that in addition to the two images we are exposed to before, there's also another image we haven't seen yet called checker/openmock, which has multiple vulnerabilities. Let's look into this image in more detail. Uh, it doesn't have that many packages, but it does have a couple of packages that have many CVEs that we should worry about. At this point, if we were the owner of the image, we could email the development team and ask them to update the image's dependencies. In the future, we're thinking about how we can take action more automatically. For example, performing continuous scanning in the background and send out notifications, or integrate this information with the policy enforcement. We're also exploring how to make the store more useful by expanding what it can store, including other types of SBOMs that are not CycloneDX, something like SPDX, for example, or other SBOM formats. We're also exploring how to store attestations and work with that. So this has been a quick demo of the metadata store and what it can do. Thank you.